Challenges and pressure is a common topic in the IELTS speaking test. Today, I'll share questions and sample answers on this topic. You can find the link to the PDF document in the first comment. Want to improve your IELTS writing skills? Check our new IELTS writing channel. Part 1. Question 1. Do you enjoy facing challenges?
I do, as challenges help me grow and learn new skills. They keep life exciting and push me to achieve things I never thought I could. Overcoming them also gives me a sense of accomplishment and boosts my confidence.
Question 2. What was a challenge you faced recently?
Recently, I had to deliver a presentation in front of a large audience. It was nerve-wracking, but preparation and practice helped me succeed. Afterward, I felt proud of myself for facing my fear and delivering the presentation effectively.
Question 3. How do you usually deal with challenges?
I break them into smaller steps and focus on solving one thing at a time. Staying calm and seeking advice from others also helps a lot. I find that looking at challenges from different angles often leads to creative solutions.
Question 4. Are challenges more difficult for young people or older people?
It depends. Young people might struggle due to inexperience, while older people might find technology-related challenges harder. Both groups face unique difficulties.
Question 5. Do you think challenges are necessary in life?
Yes, they're essential for personal and professional growth. Without challenges, life could become boring and we might not realize our full potential. Facing challenges also helps build resilience and prepares us for future obstacles.
Question 6. Do you often feel under pressure at work or school?
Yes, I do. Deadlines and expectations can be overwhelming at times, especially when there's a lot to finish in a short time. I try to stay organized, though.
Question 7. What do you usually do when you're feeling stressed or under pressure?
I normally take short breaks, go for a walk, or listen to calming music. These small things help me clear my mind and return to the task with a fresh perspective.
Question 8. Do you think people today experience more pressure than in the past?
Yes, definitely. With technology and social media, people are constantly connected and expected to respond quickly. There's also more competition in education and jobs compared to the past.
Question 9. Have you ever been in a situation where you had to perform under pressure?
Yes, during my final exams at university. The pressure was intense, but I stayed focused and followed a strict study schedule, which helped me perform better than I expected.
Question 10. Do you think pressure can sometimes be a good thing?
Yes, in small amounts. Pressure can motivate people to work harder and meet goals. It pushes us out of our comfort zones and helps us discover what we're capable of.
That's the end of part 1. Now we are going to move to part 2. In this part, you will have 1 minute to prepare and then speak up to 2 minutes. Question 1. Describe a challenge you faced that you thought was rather difficult. You should say what it was, when and where you faced it, why you thought it was a difficult challenge, and explain how you felt at the time.
A difficult challenge I faced was learning to drive. It happened a few years ago when I was living in my hometown. I had always been a bit nervous about driving, but I knew it was an important skill to have. My biggest struggle was with parallel parking. No matter how much I practiced, I kept making mistakes, which really knocked my confidence. What made it even harder was the pressure of the driving test. I had already failed once, and the thought of failing again made me feel really anxious. My instructor was patient, but I could tell I was overthinking things. My hands would get sweaty, and I'd sometimes panic when I had to make quick decisions on the road. It felt like I'd never get the hang of it. After failing the test the first time, I took a step back and tried to stay calm. I started practicing more regularly and focused on staying relaxed behind the wheel. I also asked my instructor for extra tips on parallel parking, which helped a lot. On my second try, I managed to stay focused and pass the test. That moment was such a huge relief. Looking back, it taught me that staying calm and persistent is key when facing challenges. I realized that mistakes are part of the learning process, and sometimes you just need to give yourself time to improve. Passing the test gave me a real sense of achievement and boosted my confidence.
Question 2. Describe a difficult decision you have made. You should say what the decision was, why it was difficult, what you considered before making it, and explain how you felt after making the decision.
A difficult decision I made recently was whether to move to a new city for a job opportunity. I had been working in my previous job for several years and felt comfortable, but this new offer was for a higher position with better prospects and a significant salary increase. The catch was that I would have to relocate to a different city where I didn't know anyone, which made the decision particularly challenging. The hardest part was leaving behind my family and friends. I've always valued my close relationships, and the idea of starting over in a new city without a support system felt overwhelming. Additionally, the new city was much bigger and busier than what I was used to, and I wasn't sure how I would adapt to that lifestyle. I spent a lot of time thinking about the career benefits versus the personal sacrifices I would have to make. After weighing the pros and cons, I decided to accept the job. It wasn't easy, but I knew it would help me grow professionally. The first few months were tough, and I missed my old life, but eventually I adjusted. Now, I'm happy with my decision because it has opened up new opportunities for me, both personally and professionally, and helped me become more independent.
That's the end of part 2. Now we are going to move to part 3. Question 1. What do children often do when they face a challenge?
Kids react in different ways depending on their personality and upbringing. Some ask parents or teachers for help, while others try to figure things out on their own. For example, a child struggling with maths homework might ask for guidance, while another might keep trying different methods until they get it right.
Question 2. Do most people choose to face a challenge alone or with others?
It really depends on the person and the situation. Some prefer tackling problems alone to prove they can handle them, while others feel more comfortable asking for support. For instance, someone stuck on a tough work project might brainstorm with colleagues, but a student revising for an exam might focus better when studying solo.
Question 3. What challenges would people face when learning new sports?
Starting a new sport can be tricky. Some struggle with coordination and fitness, while others worry about getting injured or feeling embarrassed. For example, Learning to swim can be tough for someone afraid of deep water, and mastering tennis takes patience to improve footwork, quick reactions, and the ability to predict an opponent's moves.
Question 4. Do you think modern life presents more or fewer challenges than in the past? Why?
Life today is easier in some ways, but harder in others. Technology helps with daily tasks, but people now deal with stress from fast paced lifestyles and social pressure. For example, physical labor was more demanding in the past, but today, many struggle with digital overload, high work expectations, and maintaining an online image.
Question 5. How can schools and workplaces help people handle challenges better?
They can teach useful skills and offer support. Schools can help students build resilience, while workplaces can provide mentoring and teamwork opportunities. For example, leadership workshops at work or mindfulness sessions at school can help people stay calm, gain confidence, and develop better problem solving skills when facing difficulties.
Question 6. How can people avoid feeling overwhelmed when they have too much to do?
To avoid feeling overwhelmed, people need to prioritize their tasks and manage their time effectively. Breaking tasks into smaller, more manageable steps can make them seem less daunting. It's also important to take regular breaks and not be afraid to ask for help when needed. Maintaining a balance between work and relaxation is key to avoiding burnout.
Question 7. How does pressure affect people's decision-making in high-stress situations?
Pressure can cloud people's judgment and lead to rushed decisions. For example, someone might accept a poor job offer just to avoid unemployment stress. Under pressure, emotions often take over logic, making it harder to think clearly and weigh options carefully, especially when time is limited or consequences feel overwhelming.
Question 8. Do you think students today are under too much academic pressure? Why or why not?
Yes, students face intense academic pressure from schools, parents, and even themselves. Many are expected to achieve top marks, get scholarships, and succeed in a competitive job market. For instance, some students attend extra classes daily and hardly rest, which affects their mental health and leaves little time for hobbies or relaxation.
Question 9. What are some common sources of pressure in the modern workplace?
Common sources include tight deadlines, high performance targets, and fear of job loss. For example, in competitive companies, employees might feel pressured to work overtime regularly. There's also pressure from constant emails and meetings, making it hard to disconnect after hours and maintain a healthy work-life balance.
Question 10. How do you think people take care of their mental health?
People manage their mental health in various ways, such as exercising, meditating, or talking to friends. For example, some join yoga classes or take regular nature walks to reduce stress. Others speak with therapists or counselors when they feel overwhelmed. These habits help maintain emotional balance and reduce anxiety.
That's the end of today's video. You can find the useful phrases on this topic in my channel.